Hi, North Lake family. Pastor Jeff here. On Sunday evening, at the end of a wonderful and busy day, my wife Bobby and I were on the lanai just debriefing about all that had happened. She was looking directly at me, and all of a sudden, she looked over my shoulder and exclaimed, "Oh, what's that?" And even before she had finished her own question, she knew the answer to it. It was a liftoff at the Kennedy Space Center. And so we watched a magnificent and brilliant orange orb rising up from the horizon. And it was just a glorious sight, probably brighter than we've ever seen against the night sky. We watched several minutes as it arced up and to the left as we were looking at it, and then to the east, out away in what would be over the ocean. I think we watched for about 4 or 5 minutes, being able to see it through its trajectory out into the sky. It was spectacular. That Falcon Heavy rocket sent up by SpaceX on Sunday evening is truly amazing. I mean, it has the capacity to elevate, to lift up more than 70,000 tons of cargo. This particular one was delivering 3 satellites into orbit, and it was amazing to be able to just watch that going up. Those first stage engines are actually 27 of them, 3 cores with 9 each. It's no wonder we're able to see the magnificent glow nearly 60 miles away and farther as it departed. Actually, as spectacular as that was, I think it's even more remarkable to think of the worldview of Psalm 8. Because instead of just thinking about human engineering and getting that kind of a rocket up into space, it marvels at God's engineering of all of creation. For example, verse 3 and verse 4, they say, "When I look at your heavens, the work of your fingers, the moon and the stars that you have established, what are human beings that you are mindful of them, mortals that you care for them?" I mean, that ancient poetry, the psalmist there and elsewhere, helps us really to marvel at God's engineering and the thrust that it took to hang those stars where they are in the firmament. It's really amazing to think about the immensity of the project. In fact, the more we learn about creation, the more stupendous, the more complex in the scope of it, the scale of it, as we see even from telescopes that are flying out into outer space. It's amazing to think about what God has put together. And yet, God is mindful of human beings. God is caring for mortals. In fact, God considers us to be His most precious cargo. And He would like us to be in orbit around Him in faithfulness. And He wanted to get that good news, that message through to us so much that He sent His Son into this world. So what we celebrate as Christians is really what God has sent into the world, not what we can send up out of the world. Scripture really helps us to think about the immensity, the accomplishment of God in all of creation, but then also in salvation, in sending His Son to this world to be with us. Thanks be to God. I just want to share with you one other piece of news and a thank you. I just learned a little bit ago that our spring yard sale produced more than $17,000 in proceeds that will be used for the Operation Homebound. And Operation Homebound is also the second mile offering for the month of April, just passed. And so we think the combination of those two are going to be stupendous to help revitalized the whole budget for our Operation Homebound, for the feeding ministry. Really grateful for that. I want to say a special word of thanks to our leaders, to those who are coordinated the spring sale, to all who volunteered time here on campus, to those who donated items or dollars for the purpose, and to any of you who came and made some purchases and contributed that way. It's a great accomplishment, and we're excited about what God is doing. 25 years now, Operation Homebound has been feeding people in the community. 25 years and going strong. And we're really glad for the help that we've had through this recent spring yard sale. So thanks to all of you. God bless.